Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
So there was a lot of improvising going on during the filming of Bridesmaids, but one of the more interesting moments came when Rose Byrne decided to improvise a part of the engagement party speech that she had in Thai.
Did she add the...
So the crazy thing is she doesn't even speak the language. She just said a bunch of random words, and when the producers...
In Thai?
Yes.
Okay.
And when the producers found out, they made her learn a few sentences in Thai for the movie.
I am so curious because I do know words in other languages. Most of them are swear words.
Of course.
So what did she say in Thai that they're like, whoa, that's good? She's like, oh, I told you all to f*** your own mothers. And they're like, no, do more of that. Give us more.
Okay, so everyone watching, let us know. Put the subtitles on and then tell us what they say.
Welcome to the Rom-Com Rewind Podcast.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Devin.
And I love rewatching movies over and over again.
And I love romantic comedies.
So this is a show where we rewatch rom-coms, break them down a bit for you, maybe take a peek behind the curtain, dig beneath the surface, and decide, does it still hold up?
Today we have Bridesmaids. And before we get started, make sure you're following us on Spotify, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, leave a review if you like, and follow us on Instagram. That's where we have discussions about what we have been watching and what we will be watching. And as well, probably in the next few days, we're going to have up a specific episode of something very important that we have to talk to you about. But first, to be clear, you may be asking yourself, is this actually a romantic comedy? Answer, yes it is. Albeit it's probably like 30% rom?
Yeah.
70% com? Even on the movie poster, it says at the top, big pink lettering, chick flicks don't have to suck. So they are branding themselves as a chick flick. Okay? Bridesmaids is directed by Judd Apatow. It follows the story of Annie Walker, played by Kristen Wiig. She lives in Milwaukee. And previously, she was a business owner. Her bakery actually flopped because of the recession. So she has this best friend named Lillian, played by Maya Rudolph. It turns out Lillian is getting married, and Annie will be the maid of honor. But wait. At the engagement party, we meet somebody named Helen, played by Rose Byrne. She's another one of the bridesmaids, and more or less throughout the entire movie, she kind of steals the show from Annie, who, let's be fair, Annie's been going through a time. She's banging this guy, Ted, played by John Hamm, who's a total piece of shit. I think we can agree. She lost her business. It's kind of been a spiral for her. During this movie, she also meets a police officer named Nathan Rhodes, played by Chris O'Dowd, who's kind of amazing, but like I said, Annie's spiraling. She does the classic sabotaging the relationship that actually makes sense and could be something great. And that's kind of our story in a nutshell. We have Annie trying to be a great maid of honor to Lillian with Helen kind of running interference and being a little bit disruptive, and Annie just having a horrible time and maybe also falling for this police officer, Rhodes. What are your thoughts on Bridesmaids?
Oh, I love it. This is one of my favorite movies.
What is not to like about this movie? It's a Judd Apatow hit. Knocked Up, Bridesmaids. There isn't a whole lot wrong with these movies. They're amazing.
They are. They make me laugh so hard. This movie specifically, the one-liners and the jokes and just everything about it is fantastic.
Is this our best Kristen Wiig performance?
I think so.
Because I think
Big
about
time.
other movies she's been in, and immediately this one, top of the list. She is perfect in this. Melissa McCarthy.
Yes.
You know how I feel about her.
I know.
I think this is the perfect amount of Melissa McCarthy. Because it's like, don't make her the star of your movie. I'm sorry, I don't love that. But she can be amazing for 20 minutes. You know, she's perfect as that fourth person in a movie.
The fourth person.
Yeah, let another person.
A good supporting actress.
Yes,
that's
let
what she
two other
is.
people carry the plot, and then she can just be that instrument of outrageousness. which I like for like one scene every half an hour.
Well, I mean, I like
know?
her in general, so.
Right.
But she was fantastic in this movie.
Yes. Then we got like Chris O'Dowd as the love interest. He's adorable. And then we have Rose Byrne as Helen.
Yes, she's great.
I've got a lot to say about her. We're going to get more into it in a bit. But I just think it's as close to a perfect comedy as you can get.
So the movie starts out at Ted's house, and Annie's there. And Ted is played by John Hamm. And they're there. Well, she's there. I'm going to redo that.
She's there. I'm there.
Let me redo that.
Are you at John Hamm's house?
Wow. The movie starts out with Annie at Ted's house, played by John Hamm, for a booty call. Although we're sure that Kristen Wiig would like to date somebody, we hope that it's not him. So the next morning, before Ted wakes up, Annie gets up and goes to the washroom, makes herself all pretty and whatnot, and then heads back to bed to pretend to sleep. Really putting the I woke up like this into effect.
Unrealistically gorgeous.
Totally.
Have you ever done this?
Okay, so yes, but not to that extent. So I clench my teeth at night, so I wear a night guard. And
it makes you look like a gargoyle. It's not a good look.
Well, I like to think of it as a baby dinosaur. But anyway.
Because that's better.
Well, anything baby is cute.
Oh, right, yeah, a baby. Maybe it's a baby gargoyle. We don't know.
Well, gargoyles, yeah, maybe they're cute. So I would wake up earlier in the morning and go and take it out, brush my teeth, and then go back to bed for a little while before waking up. It worked every time.
My favorite part of that scene is how she lays down, and when he wakes up, she pretends like she was having a bad dream. She's like, oh my God, oh, what a scary dream. It's like,
and then she hugs him. Oh, thank you for being here. Oh.
Like, there are times where I think Kristen Wiig can be over the top, but this was like the perfect amount of, it's a little bit ridiculous, but it's still good. Have you ever had a one-night stand that wouldn't leave? Because in this same scene, Ted mentions to Annie, hey, I thought we had a no sleeping over deal. Then later in the conversation, there's a lull, and then he says, you know what, I don't want to be an asshole, but like, I don't know how to tell you to leave. Have you ever had this?
No.
What? Oh, then you've been it. It's one of those things where either you are the person or you've been the person.
No. I think I would take the social cues to get the hell out of there.
That's what everybody says.
Oh my God. Okay, have you?
Absolutely.
Really?
I've lied about when I had to go to work because like I've woken up and been like, this bitch is still here.
You're kidding.
And then been like, wow, man, last night was great, but like I got to work in half an hour, so...
So you wouldn't be the, we'll make breakfast. I'll make breakfast for you type of guy.
If it's a relationship that you can see going the distance, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll be a Nathan Rhodes. In the event that is not the situation
that
we're in.
It's not leading that way.
Purely physical. I don't want you hanging around while I'm having my morning coffee. You know I'm grumpy in the mornings.
This is very true.
I don't like being around people.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I'm not a nice person in the morning, so really... You should just get the hell out of there. You got to pull the
And they
chute.
didn't take the social cues.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the guy is not immediately like, hey, like, what are we doing for breakfast? If he's just kind of laying there, blank face, that's your cue to get out.
So there's a scene where Annie and Lillian are at the park working out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The Terry Crews scene.
Yes, Terry Crews. Turns out that they actually are watching a park workout class from a distance and getting a free class out of it. And they are ultimately run out of the park by Terry Crews, who is the boot camp instructor.
Yeah, they're like hiding behind a tree doing what he's telling the class to do.
Which, in my opinion, is absolutely brilliant. And they're yelling as they're getting chased out that they're on a budget.
Right.
I mean, if you're on a budget, hey, do that, because that is unreal.
If you're on a budget, you're on a budget.
Yeah, like basically all you have to do is go to a park, and if there's a yoga session going on, just put your mat like a little further back and just start doing exactly what they're doing to the soothing music that's happening.
Would somebody not Terry Crews you and just run up and be like, what are you doing here?
Probably. Give me $20 because that's how much yoga is. Like,
so I remember I've tried to do this kind of unsuccessfully with tour guides. Like I specifically remember I was in Hungary. And we were at this like castle citadel thing, and we were walking around, and this tour guide walks by.
I'm trying to remember.
And they were pointing out bullet holes and talking about what war it was from. And I just thought that was so interesting. I'm like, wow. And then they were walking too fast. And then I'm like, is it weird if I just follow them? Because I find this really interesting. But it's a different country. It's a different culture. And what is the likelihood that this tour guide turns around and is like, get the fuck out of here? And I'm like, it's fairly high, actually. I think that's a likely scenario, so I'm not going to chase this guy down.
I think that's how they make their living, so...
Yeah, like he would have Terry Crews chased me away, but it's
Totally.
just scarier that it's this Baltic guy in a country I'm not familiar with. That would be a little bit scarier, I think.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yes.
but no, 100%. That's a fair play if you can get away with it.
I used to ask friends to sign me up for Good Life, and then I would get the free classes. Or if they had a refer a friend or bring along a friend day, I would just kind of go with them so that I didn't have to.
Are you that asshole who, back when Good Life was really aggressive, like every 3 or 4 months, I'd get a call like, hey, Devin, your friend Jason gave us your phone number. It's Good Life calling. They said that you'd be down for a membership. And I'm like, fuck you, Jason. Were you that person?
No.
Who would just write down friends' phone numbers so you could get a free month?
They would do that for me. And then I would get the call and be like, oh, hey, you're interested in Good Life. You get 3 free classes. And I'd be like, oh, awesome. Yeah, you would always get 3 free classes or something like that.
Okay, that's a little bit better.
The engagement party.
I've got so much to talk about with the engagement party.
Okay, can I just talk about the speeches? Those speeches, like, come on. So Helen, who plays one of Lillian's bridesmaids, we all know Helen.
The superior bridesmaid.
Well, and who was trying to basically be the maid of honor the entire movie.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Annie and her basically face off without knowing it at the party. So they try to one-up each other's speeches the entire time, with Helen even speaking Thai. Then finishing off with the two of them singing to Lillian. The engagement party scene is based on the real-life experience co-writer Momoli had during her friend's engagement party. Essentially, the party was at a beautiful, expensive country club, and she showed up in a beat-down car with side mirrors held together with duct tape, which perfectly encapsulated in their respective lives, just like Annie and Lillian.
I want to talk about the number of actresses and actors from The Office in this engagement party scene.
Ooh, okay.
It's jarring. First, the bridesmaid, Ellie Kemper.
Okay, yeah.
Who plays Becca. She's a bridesmaid. She's in this a lot. In The Office, she plays Erin Hannon, the receptionist who dates Gabe and then later Andy.
Right.
We have another bridesmaid, Rita. So in Bridesmaids, she's the angry, miserable mother character.
Oh.
She's played by Wendy McClendon-Covey.
Yeah.
In season 5 of The Office, episode 8 is called Business Trip. Michael Scott makes a business trip to Winnipeg, where he falls in love with the hotel concierge.
Oh, that's right.
And he has sex with her.
Yeah.
That is Wendy McClendon-Covey. And then, finally, at the engagement party, just before those speeches, the security guard from The Office, Cliff, he's, like, in the background just before the speeches, and, like, somebody makes a mention.
He has a hat on.
He has a hat on.
I'm pretty sure Megan says later that she's going to climb him like a tree.
That's right. That's the climb him like a tree guy.
Yes.
That was Cliff, the security guard
Right.
from The Office.
Well, and you know who else?
Who else?
Helen's husband.
Oh, my God!
Come on. I thought that was going to be the first one.
Okay, so I wrote it down, and then I forgot about him.
David Wallace.
David Wallace, it is.
We all remember the food poisoning scene, correct? Before Bridesmaids dress shopping, Annie takes all of the girls to an authentic Brazilian restaurant to eat. They head out to the dress shop, and while there, they all end up feeling very ill and running to the washroom to, well, get sick. Lillian comes out in a Lady Juju dress, and, well, she doesn't have enough time to take off the dress before getting sick. She may or may not. No, she totally does.
She definitely shits in the street.
Shit in the middle of the street. I think I cried the first time I saw this one because like I just couldn't. This was actually like I was watching this on the screen. I was like, oh my God, she's taking a shit in a wedding dress. Like it's white. Come on, people. In the middle of the street.
See, I thought the washroom situation was better because you have
Oh God, that was nasty.
you have Rita running to the toilet, Becca puking on top of her head, and then Megan, Melissa McCarthy's
Taking a
character, not
shit.
knowing what to do, so she's like, I guess I need to shit in the sink.
Oh, I think I
that's what she
actually
does.
gagged. Like I have gagged. I think I gagged a bunch. That was nasty. Oh, that was so gross.
Yeah.
But it was a great scene. So another part of the movie that I really liked was the speed gun scene. So where Officer Rhodes and Annie,
Oh, man, yeah.
when they go on the highway and Annie gets to use the speed gun to see how fast cars are going. So I'm thinking that is 100% illegal to let a non-cop do that and then go and chase them. But it looks like a lot of fun.
It looks like a lot of fun. It probably is illegal.
Yeah.
I used to, with an old high school girlfriend, she used to have this, like, black Cobalt that looked, I mean, kind of like a ghost cop car, maybe. And we used to go out to, like, this spot where, like, a cop would normally sit with a speed gun. And if he wasn't there, we would go there. It was, like, literally around the corner from her place.
Oh my God, this cop would have had to be there quite a bit. Like, if you knew exactly where he was with the speed gun.
Yeah, it's just, like, a common area. It's one of those areas that's, like, an 80 zone, and then it's, like, 60 for, like,
They
30
gotcha.
seconds, and then back to 80. So we would go over there, park where he normally parks. She would bring a hair dryer with her,
Oh my
wear her
God.
aviators, and we used to like point it out the window and see people like hammer on the brakes and
Oh
stuff.
my God.
And
That's amazing.
yeah, in retrospect, super illegal. I'm
Super
assuming.
illegal.
We were minors at the time. I just want to let everybody know in case anybody's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get him."
Under 18.
Yeah, we were definitely under 18. But yeah,
That's
no.
hilarious. The most bougie bridal shower I have ever seen. And everything goes to shit when Annie finds out that Helen is bringing Lillian to Paris as a mini vacation right before her wedding. Annie flips out and has a massive tantrum, kicking over the giant cookie, putting grass in the chocolate fountain, and yelling at Lillian, telling her that she should get her head out of Helen's perfectly bleached asshole.
She probably does have a bleached asshole.
I'm pretty sure Lillian also has a bleached asshole because that's what she says.
She admitted it, yeah.
She did. She said,
I've got a bleached asshole too.
they went together to get perfectly bleached assholes.
Is that something girls would do if you were chatting with your bestie and you're like, hey, I was thinking about getting my asshole bleached? Would she be like, hey, let's go together?
I mean, I don't think you know what? I don't necessarily know, but I don't think I would.
I haven't tried
Yeah,
yet.
no. I don't think I would go to a spa and say like, "Hey, BFF, let's get our assholes bleached together." Like, that's not. Maybe let's get our nails done or like get a pedicure, but maybe not our assholes done. You know?
Right.
I don't know if that's.
I mean,
you
I
know?
was going to say that seems like next level friendship if
That
we're
is
getting that done
that
together.
is some serious friendship right there. Yeah, it's like a
Which-
couple's massage, but couples.
a couple's asshole bleaching. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's cute. It's adorable.
Should salons start offering this, Devin?
buy one, get one.
2 for
or-
1?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God. So gross.
Oh man, that's funny.
Quick facts?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I have a whole bunch of quick facts today. So Kristen Wiig co-wrote Bridesmaids with fellow comedian Annie Momoli. Nope. With fellow comedian Annie Momolo.
Right.
So Annie sits beside Kristen Wiig on the plane. She is
Oh, she's in the movie.
Yes, she is credited as the nervous woman on plane.
She does that well. I like that.
She really does.
That's also a great scene.
Okay, yes. I'm going to talk more about that
Okay.
later on. Yeah. So Maya Rudolph was pregnant during filming with her third child. So she actually would wear a lot of belts to kind of take your eyes away from her pregnant belly.
They did that very successfully because
They
I had
did.
no idea.
I know. I had absolutely no idea either.
Good for them.
Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone, who plays Air Marshal John,
Yeah, the Air Marshal.
are married in real life.
What?
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Oh yes, he's actually in most of her movies that she does.
What?
Yes.
So hold on. The when the credits are rolling, they do an extra scene
Good God, yes they do.
where he is half naked and she has like a sandwich.
Oh,
she's like,
God.
"This big bear wants a sandwich," and he's like, "Yeah," and she's like eating it off his body. That's probably just a natural Saturday night for them, and they're like, "Hey, let's put it in the movie."
You know, I hope it is.
That's what they just like to do.
So Rebel Wilson and Matt Lucas, so the brother and sister duo in the movie, so Annie's roommates,
Yeah, the Aussie roommates.
yes, decided that if being roommates in the movie was good enough for their characters, it was good enough for them too. And they actually moved in together in real life.
That's wild. I
Yes.
actually thought they were brother and sister.
They are not in real life.
Right.
Yes, in real life they are not brother and sister, but they were roommates after this movie. So originally Officer Nathan Rhodes was written as an American, and Chris O'Dowd, he was set to play him with an American accent.
Right.
However, once the producers heard his natural speaking voice, they couldn't resist the Irish accent
Of course.
and told him to keep it for the role.
He's adorable.
I know, I love him.
We
He needs to be in more.
Yeah, he does need to be in more
I love him.
because he is in the IT Crowd, which we love.
Yes, oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yes, he's like the main character.
Wow. Yes, I knew him from somewhere like great. So there was a lot of improvising going on during the filming of Bridesmaids, but one of the more interesting moments came when Rose Byrne decided to improvise a part of the engagement party speech that she had
Oh yeah.
in Thai.
Did she add the?
So the crazy thing is she doesn't even speak the language. She just said a bunch of random words, and when the producers...
In Thai?
Yes.
Okay.
And when the producers found out, they made her learn a few sentences in Thai for the movie.
I am so curious because I do know words in other languages. Most of them are swear words,
Of
though.
course.
So what did she say in Thai that they're like, "Whoa, that's good"? And she's like, "Oh, I told you all to fuck your own mothers." And they're like, no, do more of that. Give us more.
Okay, so everyone watching, let us know. Put the subtitles on and
If
then
you-
tell us what they say.
If you
That's what
happen
we
to speak
should have
Thai,
done.
Let us know what she's saying there.
Yes.
It could just be she could just be ordering drinks. Like, what are the classic things you learn in other languages? I know how to order drinks.
Yeah, order a drink,
Please,
go to the
thank you.
washroom.
I speak English. Do you? Stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
go to the washroom.
Yes,
Exactly.
I do try to speak a language,
Cerveza,
you know,
por favor.
when I'm
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
Or swear words. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's really cool. Although their characters never cross paths in the movie, John Hamm and Ellie Kemper go way back. He actually was a drama teacher of Kemper.
He taught her drama.
He taught her drama in high school.
That's whoa. John Hamm was a high school drama teacher.
Yes.
No way.
Right? Mind blowing.
That is mind blowing.
I
That's
know.
like Hugh Jackman used to be like a phys ed teacher. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I love
Wow.
these.
There was 5 years between the time the first word was typed for the script and an audience saw the film. They pitched the idea for the movie in 2006, and the movie finally hit theaters in 2011.
Wow.
Interestingly enough, there was, again, they had a lot of free range to improvise throughout the movie, and which is really cool because McCarthy, Wig, Momoli, Rudolph.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Wendy McClendon Covey and Ben Falcone were all in a group, an improvisational comedy troupe called The Groundlings, and they all performed together before this
Groundlings.
movie. So they all knew each other. They were really good friends. Like, they were friends.
That's got to make it very comfortable on set. Like, oh, I know these
Totally.
people. Like, this is fine.
And to be able to improvise like the way they did, it was just like, that probably was so easy. It came natural to them. Because they
Well-
could feed off of each other, right?
Yeah, like in the outtakes, you see a lot of stuff with Maya Rudolph and Kristen Wiig, and it's just like you can tell that they're very comfortable. They're saying whatever pops into their minds, kind of thing.
And going with it, and I love it. So Wig stated that all she and Momolo wanted to do was write a movie that they could act in with their friends, and that would essentially just feature an all-female cast.
So I did read that this was the first movie, because it's written by Kristen Wiig and Momolo.
Yep.
That it was the first one that people were like, wow, women can write a comedy script. Wild.
Imagine.
Yeah, and it opened the door for a lot of like Mindy Kalings and stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, we can
be funny too.
We can have sole female writers,
And be
they can write
successful.
something great. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So for the baking scenes, anytime there was a close-up of Annie's hands, they weren't actually Kristen Wiig's hands.
Oh, that is strange.
So during the filming, she was reportedly busy, so they actually had a stand-in hand model do the holding of the baking goods.
Oh, that's funny.
So it's more funny than
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that job ad. Like, needed hands to hold icing.
I think there's
cupcakes.
actually like hand and feet models.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no, they
there's
exist.
people who
Yeah.
which is mind-boggling to me. I wonder how much they get paid.
But the way this seems is that it wasn't premeditated. It was like, oh, she's doing other stuff. We got to shoot this.
True.
So like, does anybody here have nice looking hands?
Put up your hand.
Put up your hand. We need to see who can do this. You just
Literally,
need to hold the cupcake.
show
for a
us
bit.
your hand.
Oh, that's funny.
So Rebel Wilson may be a big name now in Hollywood, but then she was relatively unknown outside of Australia. So when she was cast in the role for Bridesmaids, she was paid $3,000 for her work.
Wow.
Yes. The year after, or a few years after, she did Pitch Perfect.
I was gonna say, and that was the
So-
one that kind of launched her.
Totally. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But I mean, that's crazy low. $3,000 for her work in that? So because he was known more for his dramatic roles at the time, he was worried that the film would be seen as more of a drama and not a comedy if audiences knew he was in it. So he's actually not credited for the movie as being in Bridesmaids, as being Ted. So to this day, Bridesmaids stands tall as Apatow's highest grossing movie domestically and worldwide of all time. It is also McCarthy's highest grossing movie of all time domestically, but second worldwide behind The Hangover Part 3, which she was actually in, which I, off the top of my head, can't remember what she played in it.
No, I have no idea what she did.
Because I think I only watched that movie once.
I think this proves my theory, my Melissa McCarthy theory.
Oh my God.
In that, like, to have her as a lead, I don't really love it. To have her as, like, that fourth or fifth person, great. Spectacular.
I don't think she did a lead role in the Hangover.
No, but in other stuff, like, what was the...
Oh yeah, fair enough.
The I Spy thing, or like the one where she has the gang of kids. I don't even know what that movie was. Remember the one with the gangs of kids?
The gangs of kids.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it.
Aren't they Girl Guides?
Oh, are they?
The gangs of kids.
Yeah, don't they end up being a gang though?
No.
Kind of gang-esque.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Yes.
That's how much I like that movie. It's just the
Seriously,
movie with
the
the gangs of kids. And Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy wanted to base her character, Megan, off of reality TV star Guy Fieri.
Hey!
But she didn't want to mimic his personality. She wanted to actually be Fieri. She envisioned Megan wearing the same shirt and hat that Fieri always wears and would constantly have sunglasses on the back of her head. She even pitched the idea of having short, white spiked hair, but was told, you can't actually be Guy Fieri. It's hard to say if she would have made the movie better or if it would have been too distracting, but that is exactly what and who she wanted to be in that character.
I would have liked to see Melissa McCarthy do a Guy Fieri impression.
I think, like, I didn't get that vibe from her character, but I really did like her character in this. Like, I think it was well done, and so I think if it was more of a Guy Fieri, like, he's not, like, I'm not his biggest fan, so I think I would have been like, meh.
How do you say his name?
Guy Fieri.
I think it's funnier that you've been calling the writer Annie Momola and Momolo, and you've also been calling Guy Fieri Ferrari.
I never said that. Oh shit! Do you want me to redo that one? Nope. Melissa McCarthy wanted to base her character Megan off of reality TV star Guy Fieri.
You did it again.
Fieri.
Yes.
Fieri. Okay. I'll do it again. So Melissa McCarthy wanted to base her character Megan off of reality TV star Guy Fieri. Right?
Sorry, it was a long pause.
Melissa McCarthy wanted to base her character Megan off of reality TV star Guy Fieri. I can't.
God.
I can't.
Why? Why can't you say
I
this
hate
right?
your face. Don't do that. Okay.
I'm so confused.
Okay.
We got to leave all this in.
No. So there were a few other actresses who auditioned for roles in the movie, but didn't end up getting them.
Here we go. What do we got?
Or they landed completely different roles in the movie. So Mindy Kaling and Rose Byrne auditioned for the part of Lillian before Maya Rudolph got it.
I think both of them could do it, to be honest.
Yeah,
just because we've seen Rose Byrne in as like the good guy in a few movies now, it's like, oh, she could be nice.
Yeah. So Mindy never made it into the movie, but Rose landed the role of Helen,
who I love.
So Rebel Wilson and Busy Phillips auditioned for Megan, with the role ultimately going to Melissa McCarthy. And we all know that Rebel Wilson ended up being cast for Bryn, who was Annie's roommate.
Busy Phillips, I don't love it.
Well, I feel like if she would have been cast for this role, it would have been very similar to her being cast in Maid of Honor.
And they both came out very close to each other.
Yeah. So, well, I think within a few years.
Oh, and he's just not that into you. She was also in that as like a snarky side character.
But she was a bridesmaid in Maid of Honor, so she would have been a bridesmaid in this too, right? So the original script saw the ladies actually making it to Las Vegas. However, the scenes were taken out after the release of The Hangover because Apatow thought that the movie was the best iteration of Vegas seen on screen.
Oh, The Hangover
The Hangover was the best iteration
and he's like,
of
we
Vegas.
can't compete with it.
Yeah,
How much did they shoot? There are so many stories of like, yeah, we did all this stuff, and we just took it out.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. It took 5 years from literally the write of the script to the actual movie making it to theaters.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of time.
Are you going to talk about the Paul Rudd thing?
I am not going to talk about the Paul Rudd thing.
There is, if you have the DVD, you can find it on YouTube. It's a really shitty quality version. But there was a scene, or even a storyline, it's like 6 minutes long, of Annie, Kristen Wiig's character, going on a few dates with Paul Rudd. They go skating and he falls and a kid like runs over his hand or something and he gets like a tiny little cut and he gets so upset about it and it's really, really funny, but totally taken out of the movie. How are you going to take Paul Rudd out of your movie?
I know, I love Paul Rudd.
God.
Best scene?
Oh, we're on to best scenes, sure. My best scene is the scene where Annie and Helen are trying to get Officer Rhodes' attention. So the backstory here is that Lillian, the day of her wedding, goes missing. Helen tries to find her, and then she ends up at Annie's apartment. She's like, I need your help. And then she also apologizes for being shitty or whatever. So they're trying to get Officer Rhodes' attention, and he's ignoring them because he's upset with Annie, remember? So they start driving around his car, blatantly breaking the law. And I want to know, at what point does Officer Sarah put on your officer hat?
Officer Sarah, okay, hat on.
When do you pull the chute and stop them? Because there is a very clear, something happens, and I'm like, nope.
I think.
So, well, let's play it out. So first she speeds past him. She speeds past him twice.
Yeah.
Then she litters. She like throws a
the litter bug.
Yeah. Then she drives by texting and driving. She's like, oh, I just got a call. And then she's like pretending to drink and drive.
Right.
She does like a 180 in front of his car.
Okay, yeah,
which I think was the best comedic delivery.
Agreed.
Because it's just like you hear like, and then it's. They get down really low in their seats, so it looks like nobody's driving.
Yeah.
And they're like yelling like, who's driving my car? I think that one gets points for most creative. Then there's the drive-by topless.
Okay, yeah.
Which also has good comedic timing because Helen is like, ooh, and Annie's holding her tits up.
I'm dying.
And then finally they just rear-end him. So at what point does Officer Sarah say, you know what, enough's enough?
I mean, clearly they're trying to get the attention of him, right? So, like, I mean, I would probably last pretty long. I would say after the room.
Oh, the 180? Yeah.
Yeah. What's the one?
Really?
What happens after the 180?
That's when they get down real low.
Oh, I do like the 180. Who's driving the car? Okay, maybe after that one because that one's funny.
I would have stopped them at the littering.
Why?
That annoyed me. Officer Rhodes, they established that his character doesn't like littering. Remember when she throws the carrot on the ground?
Yes, and he goes and picks it up.
I'm not a huge litter fanatic, but it does bother me.
Well, I don't like littering either.
If that happened, hell yeah, I'm pulling you over.
Wow.
Even if I'm upset with you and I don't want to talk to you.
Okay.
You're littering. What do you got for best scene?
Okay, so my best scene, my most favorite scene in this entire movie is the plane ride to Vegas.
Oh my God.
I think I have watched this scene about like 1,000 times, laughing and crying every time. Annie is a nervous flyer and Helen gives her some anxiety pills to help her with the flight. ends up completely messing her up. Pretty sure she's both high and drunk.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all of the crazy things that she does, like when she calls the airline stewardess Stove instead of Steve.
Are you an appliance
Are you
stove?
an appliance? I could not stop laughing. And she comes back with the sunglasses pretending to be Mrs. Iglesias.
Mrs. Iglesias, yeah.
I am Mrs. Iglesias. Help me, I'm poor.
So many quotable moments in that.
My God, yes.
few
Like, I'm pretty
minutes.
sure I can quote the whole thing. It's awful. I had to, like, stop talking when we were watching it. And when she starts singing about, let's go down to the river.
Yeah.
Like,
With the best of them. Yeah.
and I think the best part is when she goes over to the loudspeaker and tells everyone that there is a colonial woman on the wing of the plane churning butter.
Oh, man, that was good.
Oh my God, that is like by far my favorite scene in the entire movie.
Can we talk about just a few little lines that get snuck in there by two other characters?
Oh, okay, yes. Oh my God, I think I know which ones you're talking about, but yes, go.
Who do you think?
Okay, so I think you're talking about is it Becca?
Yes.
And
Rita.
Rita,
Becca
yes.
and Rita, yeah.
Yes.
So they're talking about their love life because these are two polar opposite characters, right? Rita's had a few kids and she is miserable.
Ready to party.
Oh, she's ready to party, but she hates her husband. She despises her children. Whereas Becca is very like, I can't wait for us to have kids. But they also get talking about sex.
Oh, yes.
And Becca reveals that her and her husband can only have sex
Oh, yeah.
with the lights off.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
After they've showered extensively, separately. I don't know what they're saying here. I just wanted to talk about it because it's very strange. What are we implying about these two people?
They're very clean. They did go on their honeymoon in
To Disney
Bridesmaids
World,
to Disney World,
exactly.
right? Like, that's where they went.
Yeah.
So I think it was probably an easy character for her to play. Honorable mentions.
Oh. My main honorable mention, Lillian's fiance and eventual husband, Dougie.
Yeah.
Literally has not one single line in the movie except for I do.
Oh, I never realized that.
And I think that is the exact type of groom every single guy wants to be. Every guy wants to be like, this wedding is happening around me. I'm just a small part of this world. The only thing I need to do is say I do, and that is me performing a job well done. Grooms get off so easy.
They
Literally,
do.
he said one word in this.
In
Well,
the
2 words.
entire
I
movie.
do, in the entire movie. So that's
I didn't even notice.
that's my first honorable mention, my dude Dougie.
Okay. I never realized that he only says 2 words in the entire movie.
We see him, I think, in 2 scenes. We
Yeah,
see him
'cause-
at the engagement party and we see him at the wedding, and that's it.
You're right, because we don't even see him propose to her.
That's right. We don't see that.
It's really not about him. My honorable mention is the 9 puppies that Megan takes at the bridal shower.
Oh, yo, that's good.
Where did they go? We don't see them after driving in the van and then coming to Annie's house. Where did those cute, adorable puppies go?
Can we also acknowledge the fact that at the bridal shower, Megan admits she says I took 4 puppies or something like that.
No, she took 9.
No, but she tells them.
Oh, yes,
so
at
it's
that
like,
point.
why lie and say you took 4 when you really took 9?
Maybe at that point she'd taken 4 and then gone back and took 9.
Oh, maybe she took 5
she
more,
took
yeah.
5 more. And
Maybe
then
that's it.
says, I took 9, but I really could only handle 6, but I have 9.
So my actual honorable mention is the entire supporting cast of this movie. I can't pick just one.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
We've got Ellie Kemper, Melissa McCarthy, Rose Byrne, Chris O'Dowd, Wendy McClendon-Covey, and just like many others, like you mentioned, Terry Crews is out there too. I realize watching this movie, I love movies that are set up in a way where everyone kind of gets their piece, if that makes sense. And you have a lot of great actors, but everyone's kind of getting their minutes, and it's spread out nicely. Maybe, you know what, I feel like I sound like a basketball coach right now, and it's probably because there's a playoff basketball game happening downstairs that I really want to watch. But that's kind of how it feels. It's like, yo, I got 5 guys, and everyone needs to get their touches.
Piece of the pie.
Everybody's going to get a tiny little piece of the pie. And, I mean, Melissa McCarthy, of course, that's how I feel about her. But it's kind of like nobody needs to steal the show. Kristen Wiig's going to be the star. Maya Rudolph's going to be the other star. And then we need 5 people to fill in the gaps. And those 5 people they picked, John Hamm as well is a great one. Chris O'Dowd. Like, they just picked really, really great supporting characters, and they nailed it.
It was a star-studded cast.
Like, Rebel Wilson is very quotable in this movie, and she's in 2 whole scenes.
Yes. So
great. I actually love that.
Yes. So both Terry Crews and Rebel Wilson are my other honorable mentions.
Oh,
so I'm just going to go into that.
Keep going, though.
So Terry Crews is one of my honorable mentions as well. So he is the same character in every single movie. Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Terry
that's true.
is instructor Jim Terry in the movie.
I believe that is Sergeant Terry Jeffers.
Yes.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then to go into Rebel Wilson, she's brilliant in the movie. So the Mexican drinking worm tattoo that she gets in the back of the van for free.
Yeah.
Like, talk about trusting. Like, hello. She's on not even a working visa from Australia.
She's on a
tourist visa. Oh my God. She's going to go back there and have this crazy Mexican drinking worm. Oh God, it's so ugly.
The What Should Have Beens?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you got?
Okay, so I only have one. So Ted, John Hamm's character, belongs with Jennifer Aniston's character from Horrible Bosses.
Oh, I like this a lot.
So she is obsessed with sex and morally ambiguous.
Yeah.
So I thought that was perfect because they would get along very, very well.
I agree with that. I actually like that one quite a bit.
Okay, what's yours?
I am using my What Should Have Been to lay out the case of why Helen is a better friend and a better maid of honor than Annie. And I think the What Should Have Been here is that Helen should have been the maid of honor.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Let's break down all the ways Annie tried to screw up this wedding.
All right.
All right. First off, Annie assaults Helen at the tennis court. Okay?
Okay, no, that was so funny.
She hit her in the tits
So
with the
many
tennis
times.
ball multiple times. How
Yes.
much does that hurt? I'm assuming a lot.
I'm assuming a lot.
Yeah.
Well, no, it would hurt a lot. Yeah, a lot.
Annie fails to book a dress shopping appointment, to which Helen saves the day because she knows the chick who's in there.
She knows the owner.
She knows the owner. Turns out, Annie gave everyone food poisoning, and our girl Megan Melissa Carthy takes a shit in the sink.
Not on purpose.
Well, not on purpose, but she still screwed up. It was a sketchy
oh my
Brazilian
gosh.
restaurant.
Not,
right?
No.
She tried to push the Bachelorette to this crappy cabin on a lake.
Hey,
Nah.
that crappy cabin on the lake would have been really nice and relaxing. And you know what? Guess what? They didn't even go to Las Vegas.
Because of
They
who?
got grounded
Because
and
of
had
who?
to drive home.
Because of who?
Yeah, because of Kristen Wiig. But it doesn't matter.
Case point. No, it's tennis.
No.
Set, match, love, whatever. I'm Team Helen in this movie. I don't hate Annie. My What Should Have Been is just that Helen, she doesn't have any friends who are girls. Her husband is away a lot of the time. And she just wants to do everything with the one friend she has, which is Lillian.
But the way she goes about doing it, like she's literally sneaking around to get, like, to basically be better than Kristen and do everything. Like, you think that she gave those anxiety pills? She probably doubled the dose that Annie was supposed to take on the plane.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
I disagree. My girl Helen wouldn't be.
Oh my
She wouldn't be
God.
that malicious.
And like she chose like the most like expensive bridesmaid's dress at the salon, you know, doesn't take into consideration
Which
other people's
I was thinking
price
about that.
points.
She kind of mentions that when they're going to see Officer Nathan Rhodes, that she's like, "You looked lovely in that dress." I didn't get that. It's
yeah,
like, well,
she's
that.
sucking up.
You thought no,
100%. She's sucking up. She's trying to be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for treating you like a horrible bitch."
Helen, and
or
then
for being a horrible bitch.
Helen comes all the way around.
Yeah, and
She invites-
apologizes and
but
like,
she's
grovels.
the reason Nathan Rhodes came to the wedding. No,
In the end, they're
In the end.
friends. In the
Yeah.
end, they're friends.
they're great.
But the journey along that way, no.
I think it could have been less conflicting if Helen was just the maid of honor because
No.
she's going to do it better.
No,
she's
you
going to do a
gotta
better
have your
job.
Best friend be
Annie's
your maid of
spiraling.
honor.
She's in a bad place. It's not her fault.
Oh my gosh.
Thirst factor. What do we got?
I didn't really have a thirst factor for this one.
I mean, it's tough because there's no real guys we can thirst factor except for John. Oh, Chris O'Dowd. What do you give him?
Ooh.
Officer Nathan Rhodes. He's a police officer.
Oh, he's
in
like
uniform.
an 8. I like him.
Yeah.
He's cute.
He's adorable.
His accent bumps him up,
I would agree.
John Hamm is hot.
But he's an asshole in this.
Oh, yeah,
Ted's
okay.
an
His
asshole.
character.
Yeah, you got to think.
Oh, yeah. I keep thinking of just like, the actor. Okay, the character, like a 2.
Whoa! Even though he's so hot?
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Wow. Okay, hold on. When I tried to give Noah Flynn a 2 in the Kissing Booth 1
he's
because
not
he was an asshole. He is an asshole.
A different kind.
Okay. John Hamm, I'm going to give him a 6.
Wow.
For good looks.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, you know what? I'm going to bump him up to a 7. You know why?
Who are you?
Because he calls it like it is. It was very clear. I'm just here to have sex with you, Annie. She's the one catching feels.
Okay, he picks her up and then wants a blowjob in the car.
It's comedy.
You could just
learn about it.
You can just take
That's
a nap.
actually what he said.
You could just take a nap in my lap. Like, who are you?
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Oh, God.
It's comedy. He was just joking around, probably.
So probably.
It's like a 50-50 joke.
He was joking around, probably.
Yeah, I'd give him like a 7. Nathan Rhodes, Officer Rhodes. Yeah, you're right. Like an 8. He's adorable.
Yeah.
Annie.
Yeah. Kristen Wiig.
A 7?
Give her a 6.
Oh, you'd bump her down to a 6. Okay. I
yeah.
agree. Because I'm going to give Helen an 8.5. So.
Yeah, I'll give Helen a 7.5.
Whoa! I thought you'd be totally against me on this.
She's pretty.
She's pretty. You're right.
Yeah.
Rose Byrne is a very pretty person.
Yeah.
Rewatchability. What you got?
Oh, like 9.5.
Yeah, this is pretty close to perfect.
Heck yeah. Like I would say like a 9.7 even.
Okay, I'll give you the 9.7. We're at episode 15 of our podcast. And I'm trying to think of movies that are better than this. Crazy Stupid Love's the only one that I think is genuinely I enjoy more.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I mean, even still, I think I enjoy this one more. 9.7.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 9.8 because I gave Crazy Stupid Love a perfect score.
Oh,
it's like 0.2 notches down from that. So there it is. And this has been the Rom-Com Rewind podcast of Bridesmaids. Make sure you follow us on Spotify. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Instagram. We have lots of conversations about what's going to be coming next. And as well, to talk about what's coming next, we do have a very important announcement.
Exciting announcement.
It's an exciting announcement. It's a good announcement. We're going to just make it a standalone episode just so that you can listen to that solo. We don't want to tuck it into the beginning or end of a podcast.
Thanks for listening.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.